I'm Jessica Cook. I'm in Muncie, Indiana to give you an exclusive look into Caterpillar's rail business. The story coming up tonight. Hey, Tyler and Caitlin, we're coming to you live from the Ferris wheel here at the Steamboat Days Festival. This party kicked off last night and continues through tomorrow. But this Ferris wheel and all the other games, food, and activities here isn't the only thing going on along the riverfront this weekend. Yes, it's already that time of year for the Steamboat Classic race. In November, the company announced it could consolidate the facility, which would impact 230 workers. Reporting live at CAT headquarters in Peoria, I'm Jessica Cook for News 25. Eric, all is calm here now in the 700 block of East Republic Street, but there was very heavy police presence here earlier this afternoon. That's because a suspect allegedly involved in an armed robbery went into this house. Gary and Gina, we now know the name of a Peoria man who allegedly brought a gun into this transitional school yesterday. It's a bag tournament, a classic car show, and feature bands covering 90s music that goes from 5:30 until 11:30 tomorrow night. We're live on the riverfront. Jessica Cook for HY 19 News. Airport officials say the phones have been ringing off the hook. Many people wondering if they'll be able to use their driver's license to get through security.
News 25's Jessica Cook suiting up with the team to bring us this exclusive look at their training.
Swimming, treading water, and countless dives. That's what the Peoria Fire Dive Rescue Team did at their annual 3-day public safety course on diving. According to firefighters, the team gets called to a rescue situation 6 to 10 times a year. But from their training, that may be hard to tell.
The least amount of calls you go on is probably the calls that you really should train the most on. And that's kind of what we've kind of embraced this. If there is a problem, in a shallow end, you just stand up. In the deeper end, of course, you still got those problems, but you can get people to them, you can see what you're doing, and if there is a problem, you can come to the surface and people will know what's going on.
I wanted to see just how hard this training was, so I decided to suit up and give it a shot. Admittedly, I'd never been diving before. But as soon as I put on the mask, I was immediately overwhelmed by a feeling of claustrophobia, something Troglio says is actually quite common.
There's plenty of air here and there's nothing to fear. We're in a pool, okay?
Yeah. With his guidance, I overcame my fears and was soon diving on my own. And it gave me more appreciation for what the dive team does. I didn't come close to the amount of training that they did each day. And while I could see the whole time, that wasn't the case for these divers.
It's about a confidence building skill, and this is one of the things we do in the pool.
Each member had to wear a black mask, effectively blinding them. Troglio says it's a reflection of what visibility in the river is really like.
This search is going to be just by feel. So we're looking for a cell phone, and hopefully we'll find it.
Without being able to see, divers have to rely on other senses. That was key when searching for objects or overcoming obstacles that might arise in real situations.
We wouldn't enter a structure like that, but we want to tell the student that they can take their pack off, they could be comfortable in an environment, and then push their pack through this tube, and on the back side of it, put their pack back on. Because there might be a scenario in the river that you might have to take your pack off.
And what if a firefighter falls into the water wearing more than 40 pounds of gear? The team got to experience that too.
Well, those are just lessons to tell our students and for them to learn and say, hey, if this happens to me, let's not panic. I know I got some time here. I don't have a life jacket on, but I got my fire gear on.
Now they know that's exactly what training is for. Reporting in Peoria, I'm Jessica Cook. This 23-page lawsuit is where it's all broken down, listing specific dates trade secrets were exchanged between Miller UK Limited and Caterpillar. Now this lawsuit filed by the England-based company 5 years ago is complete, and CAT owes tens of millions of dollars. The jury found CAT used trade secrets to produce its own couplers rather than buying them from the British firm. This picture is the coupler in question. It's called the Bug Coupler. This is an original design. Miller designed it around 1998, and according to the suit, it's the world's first fully automatic universal quick coupler. A Caterpillar spokesperson issued a statement saying, "We are disappointed by the jury's verdict. At this point, we are considering our next steps in this litigation." The trial lasted 8 weeks, and Miller UK Limited was awarded about $74 million in damages. Back to you. It's been almost 6 months since a fire broke out here in downtown Farmington, affecting several businesses. But now, while construction is underway and most of the rubble is gone, one of the owners says that he will not rebuild. Sam Lilly owns 2 of the 3 lots where a fire broke out in downtown Farmington back in October. He had 2 commercial offices, which included his insurance agency, 2 other businesses, and 2 residential units. Now Lilly says he's made up his mind and it's time to move on.
I would have had difficulty selling these buildings probably in the future just because of the state of the economy. So if there was any silver lining to it, was that the fire took the buildings down and I ended up getting moved into a house that's a little smaller and more manageable for me.
Lilly says he misses being in that location, but as a constant reminder of that day, his new office is only a block away.
I didn't think I would really miss anything because I had everything online and I was pretty well set if something happened, but when my kids started telling me that they missed the memories of being able to come up there and play at the desks and do that type of thing, it was pretty neat.
David Sanders owns the flower shop next door. Between him and his partner, they've put in $14,000 in repairs.
We have 2 steps forward and a half step back. Not bad, but just not totally got there yet.
The Farmington police chief says there are some pizza ovens from the bar at a forensics lab, but the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Reporting in Farmington, I'm Jessica Cook. Good evening, I'm Jessica Cook. Eric Green has the night off. We'll get to those stories in a moment, but first, here's Storm Team 19 Chief Meteorologist Chuck Collins with your first look at the forecast. Good morning, Heart of Illinois. You're taking a live look at the East Peoria flyover. A lot of cars out there on the road this morning, but they are being greeted by some rather wet conditions here. It's 6 o'clock and 38 degrees. Welcome to HOI 19 News Daybreak. I'm Jessica Cook in for Mark Well. The Tazewell County Health Department confirms that a batch of mosquitoes has tested positive for the West Nile virus. Back here at home, Peoria Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Sharon Karat has pushed for the state to change the way it funds schools. Karat and other educators, home child care and health care workers are blaming Governor Bruce Rauner for program cuts. Wednesday, workers met in Springfield, calling the crisis Rauner's budget impasse. Next week on Daybreak, Mark's back, a Book of Mormon preview, and how the Scouts can keep your kid busy this summer. It's almost pool season, and they're already getting their feet wet at the Morton Pool. What's expected in the overnight hours? More of the same as what we saw last night. Seasonably warm temperatures. We'll wake up with plenty of sunshine in the morning. Winds will continue to be calm. Clear skies, light winds, seasonal temperatures, and tomorrow, a snapshot of today as well. Mostly sunny skies, a little bit breezy out there. Temperatures are going to be right around the mid-80s. Right now it's 72 in Peoria. Things are starting to cool off a little bit, but the winds are calm out there. Warm and muggy for the rest of the week, though. Daily chance of showers. Some models saying that they're going to start Tuesday, some on Wednesday. So keep it right here on News 25. We'll keep you updated on that.